How's it going, guys? We are here at the Dreadful Things because we're in the doing another segment of Metal Shop Vlogs on the road. Did you hear that?
I did.
Yeah, you see? Oh, this is just the first one to hear it. That's awesome. Anyway, I thought I was like schizophrenic, but you checked it out before. Anyway, that's cheating. But we have Miss Francella Salgado with us. I had to practice that over and over because I used to call you Francesca.
Yeah.
I used to call you Francesca, and everybody's like, all my friends are like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'm just like, yeah, like she has dreads and she has that shop, the Dreadful Thing. Give me a Francella, and I'm like, oh yeah. So like, I feel like a fucking asshole.
It's all good. Everybody fucks my name up. Okay. I've been used to it since I was a little kid.
Yeah. Francella is not a common name, especially here in El Paso.
No,
so.
it's Italian.
Oh, nice.
I'm sure it's common elsewhere.
So then Salgado is like not common here too. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you.
There's a few.
Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. And I wanna know how this got started. How did Dreadful Things get started? Like, what was your idea? Like, what was the origin?
It kind of started several years ago, and kind of sort of evolved its way here. Like many years ago, I had started my business with a little tiny puesto in Mayapan, Mercado Mayapan. So I had literally a 10 by 10 space, but it was everything to me because it was like an actual space that I could sell my art and my creations. That's
very like humble of you. You're just like, oh my god.
Well, it's from humble beginnings, you know. Cool. It is cool because prior to that, I would sell sort of online, but I never really had a space that people could come and see my stuff and purchase stuff. So that space was super cool. And then from there, I moved on to La Adelita, and this was like twice as big in size, or maybe a little bit bigger.
So you're like, this is the Wembley Stadium with 20 by 20. You're just like,
yeah, it was like, whoa, what am I gonna do with all this space? But so I had opened up that store, and it was just a store, it was just like a larger version of what I had over there. And then I eventually doubled in size there because I took over the space next to me. And then a lot of crazy shit went
It wasn't a hostile takeover, guys. I'm sure there was logistics.
That would have been fun though. But a lot of really crazy shit went down over there, and it was like some bad stuff. And when I left that place,
maybe it was a hostile takeover.
Well, I didn't want to carry that stuff with me, so I left that name there, and I left everything there. And then when I moved to this place, I just wanted a whole new fresh start. And so that's how Dreadful Things came to be. It was sort of like what I brought from over there, but I added more of, since I had a lot more space, I was able to add more of myself and the things that I love and the things that I like to this space too.
Actually, that's a good point. Like, what is the type of stuff that you carry? I mean, like, this place is awesome. I want to buy the whole story, but I'm not
I
that
hear
rich.
that a lot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you hear that every single time someone comes in.
I hear it a lot.
But yeah, like, what are the type of stuff? Like, I know there's the clothing, there's things in jars, there's dead stuff, there's skulls, obviously. This is actually human, right?
Yes.
This is actually used to be a person.
Adolescent, rib cage, and spine.
All sorts of stuff. Like how, what is it? I mean, can you kind of tell us?
It's kind of hard to pinpoint one thing specifically because I have a variety of different things in here. So a lot of the stuff from like my own collections and things that I've been interested in for many years are these types of things that you see here. So you'll find a lot of animal bones, human bones, animals in jars, and just preserving things. The way I see like a lot of this is like, yeah, a lot of people might look at it and be creeped out by it, but it's sort of my own love for animals. I'm giving them like a second life. Instead of them just dying, and you know, I'm giving them another life. Right. But then we don't just have stuff like this here. So if people are not necessarily into this, I have something for everyone. I sell jewelry, I sell clothing, I sell handbags, even things like pillows, shower curtains, towels.
There's pillows over there, just, you know.
Over there. And just like figurines, different skulls, just a variety of things. It's everything that's in here is basically like everything that I love.
I was just about to say, like, I know your love of like all this type of stuff. It's not a small community, but it kind of is. How did that like start? What is your fascination? How did that fascination start of like all things spooky?
To be honest with you, like, I didn't really know a lot of people that were into this kind of thing, like these kinds of things. And it was a little bit of a risk to take to open up a shop that has a lot
especially
of
here, like in El Paso.
For sure, for sure. But I did it anyway because I knew that I cannot possibly be the only person that's into this, you know? So once that
you
worked
weirdos,
out,
you're weird. You know who we're talking about. We're talking about you.
I love weirdos. Our motto here is dreadful things where weird is wonderful. So this is something I've carried throughout my life. I've always been someone that has never fit in. I've always been someone who's always felt different from everyone, but I've also embraced that. You know, I've never felt ashamed of that or anything. I always tell my mom it was her fault for naming me Francella because I have to live up to my name.
That in itself, you're just like, ugh. Okay, when it comes to dreadful things, how did that name come about? I know you said you had something previous, and you were like, fuck that, I want to go and first start new.
Yes.
Like, how did dreadful things come about?
Yeah, the shit that went down over there was like real crazy, and I did not want to bring that shit over here. So I had a few different names that were sort of similar, but I decided on dreadful things because it's sort of like a play on words. So the things that I sell in here, a lot of people would look at as being dreadful, like they would not want, or they would be repulsed by possibly, or whatever. But it also, I wanted not to only represent the things that I have in the shop, but I wanted the shop to also represent me as a person. And one of my most, obvious physical features are my dreads.
Oh, those are dreads. I read about those.
Yeah,
yeah, and articles and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's where it all came from. I was like, fuck it. I mean, I'm just gonna do the play on words. It represents me. It represents the shop, and it was just like a beautiful little marriage. So that's how it came to be.
Well, that's good. How you it's good to like put yourself out. You kind of like basically like bled yourself into your art, which is this shop.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? So that's good.
This whole place is blood, sweat, and tears, but it's a labor of love.
I'm sure there's blood somewhere around
in
here.
The tattoo shop, for sure.
Alright, so we've already talked about like the dreadful things of the shop in itself and all the awesome things it has, and one day I will buy the whole shop. No, but anyway, I know that you're a tattoo artist as well, and you're obviously a tattoo. Done one day, but I'm sure you'll keep going somehow.
Right, just cover up after cover up.
Yeah, but so you also have a tattoo shop in the premises as well.
Yeah, we have a couple things under one roof. I have the gift shop area. I even have like a free community library. We have the gallery.
That's free.
Yeah. So, well, it's cool because with the library, like, people will donate books, and then people can take a book, leave a book. They don't have to bring a book in order to take a book. I just want to have a space where people have access to like free literature and all that stuff.
What type of stuff, like, does it matter? Like,
it doesn't. A lot of people have a tendency of bringing us stuff that I guess would fit the shop a little bit better. But there's all kinds of random shit in there. Like, there's stuff like even like law books in there, and whatever, blah 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 for dummies. Like we have a lot of those. But there's some cool shit in there if you look through, like some paranormal stuff in there.
Yeah. There's a ghost in here, but we'll get into that later.
We'll get to that later.
Right. But
so yeah, we do have a tattoo shop. So yeah, I opened the tattoo shop shortly after I opened the store area, and it was just. When I had La Delita, it really fucking sucked because I would have to work the shop and then bounce from the shop to the tattoo shop I was working at to try to maintain my appointments, and that like killed me. So when we found this space, well actually the space found me. I didn't even find the space.
How did that go about? Just real quick.
Okay, so really, I'll try to condense it. So when all the crazy shit went down at the other location, I didn't really know if I wanted to reopen up another shop because we put so much work into that space. But in that little time that I was contemplating reopening up the shop, I received a phone call who was my now landlord, and she had just kind of said like, it was like, oh, me and my husband have been in your shop before and we really love it. And I just wondered, like, would you ever consider relocating? And it was like, what the
Are you in my mind?
Divine timing, it was insane. So I heard her out, and we ended up meeting just so I could see the space, so I could feel it out. The second I walked in here, I was like, holy shit, this place is perfect. Yeah. It's a 100-year-old home, originally in a historical district.
Yeah, of course.
It's fucking beautiful in here, and the only thing I really had to do was put my own personal touch into it, to make it
the
real.
walls were purple and
oh my god, everything in here, the only thing that had color in here were the floors and the fireplace. Everything was white walls, white ceilings, everything. And look at me, I'm a white girl. I'm Mexican.
No, you're pale. There's a difference.
I'm a pale Mexican. I have to have color in my life, so that's what we did here. We just painted the shit out of this place.
You painted this like you paint your people in the tattoo shop.
Yes, because most of the tattoos I did.
Flow, dude. It just flows sometimes. Go ahead.
It's because of this little guy.
Yeah.
Right
Oh yeah. Well, actually, so we'll get to that later.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
So the tattoo shop. We always go like. We keep on doing this, and it's fine. It's cool because we're having a good time.
We're just two people talking, right?
Exactly. What is this? These camera people, get out of here.
Yeah, so the tattoo shop. So it was really nice that when I entered the space, I saw an opportunity to have not just my retail shop, but to have a space in the back where I could actually do my work and my tattoos. And shortly after I opened, I did have my own space, and then I had a couple extra people come in and work for me. They've since
they were just stragglers. They were just like,
yes. Well, they were people.
Can I work here? They're just like, all right.
They were homies. One of them was actually one of the guys that was displaying with his art with me at the other shop. And then the girl that had started working for me was one of our like real close homies' girlfriends. So it was cool. So we kind of have like a small. I mean, the back area is really small. We do have plans on extending it in the future, but it's always from humble beginnings, And so I started tattooing out of here, and I just haven't stopped since.
So who usually does the tattooing? I know you're a tattoo artist as well, but I mean, who was like kind of like the
so there's only two of us here because that's really only the space that we have for at the moment. So it's myself in this room that you can't see right behind us, and then there's a room literally right behind us, and then in this other corner back here is Christian, and so we have two totally different styles, which is great for the shop itself because we're not trying to get the same type of clients. But it's just us two right now, and for a while it was just myself for a long while, and I was okay with that, but it's kind of nice to have somebody else here too.
So how do you get a hold of Mr. Christian?
You can find him on Facebook under Christian Reveles, and I think also on Instagram too. Christian Reveles.
Right here?
Christian Reveles.
Right here, guys. And what was I gonna when it comes to like tattooing, because of your artistry, has like what places has it taken you? Like, what have you gone?
Okay, so because of my tattooing, I have a tendency of doing a lot of tattoo conventions. So I've traveled quite a bit. Last year I traveled a lot. I went to like Pittsburgh. This year I'm going to be going to Denver. I went to Dallas a few months ago for a convention. And then Albuquerque was the last convention I went to. And then, well, of course, I always do the usual one here in El Paso as well, but I've gone to like Amarillo, I've gone to Oklahoma.
I wonder if there's like tattoo conventions in like Hawaii or something.
There's tattoo conventions everywhere.
You should go.
I've been invited to the one that's in, oh my gosh, Puerto Rico. Yeah. So I've been invited there. I've been invited to like a few different places, but it's really hard because I have a 4-year-old too, so I have to kind of like figure out what's best for me to do and what's not.
You know what works for me sometimes? Like you just put like some newspaper on the floor, some like fruity pebbles, a pile of fruity pebbles and water. They're fine. You turn on the Disney Channel, they're fine.
Yeah, but she can't wipe her own ass yet, so that's an issue.
Or is it a tissue? Oh, that was so bad, it hurt me. Alright, like, so I know you have there's been several special events that you've had already. Can you talk a little bit more about that? And like, do they have names? Like, I know I've been to a few, which is fucking awesome. So like, can you talk more about that a little bit?
Yeah, they've been super fun. I've been doing the events almost since we've opened. We've had several of them with like Augment El Paso. I've done my own here just like randomly, and then as of this year we started doing our every first Saturday of the month, and that's in conjunction with Fleece and Confused, and we've basically been doing themed events. So every event has a theme. It includes the artwork that we have inside. I try to keep the theme to whatever we have going on outside. We have vendors. Usually it's like 30 plus vendors outside. We have entertainment. That can include live music, movies, just even dancers like belly dancers, fire dancers. It's a variety of different things. I try to keep it fresh and fun.
And also I remember I've been on to a few of these, like I mentioned before. Fleece and Confused does like the little puppetry thing or whatever.
Fleece and Confused, that whole thing is they're just like super fucking amazing. They do these puppets that are they look professionally made. They are professional. Well, they are professionally made, but they look like they should be in like Hollywood and shit. You know what I mean? Like they look super rad. And they also do acts here too. Like basically for our events, it's family friendly, it's pet friendly. So we try to have something not just for the adults but for the kids as well. And with Fleece and Confused, they usually do stuff that helps bring something so that the kids can enjoy and the kids can watch and participate in too.
Yeah, because their attention spans are quality is better.
I have a 4-year-old, so trust me, I know.
Yeah, attention span. And you also have like there's food trucks, like all sorts of crazy shit, right? Like,
yeah, we try to just make it fun, and all the cool thing about our events is that they're always free. So it's like when people say that there's not shit to do in El Paso, I'm like, fuck you, dude. Like we bring something at least once a month that's free, that you can bring the family to, that caters not just to kids but to adults as well.
Yeah, so they're like give me another fucking excuse. Like what? Like we have this. Like how do you not fit in?
Exactly. And you know what's funny too is like you can't see it from here obviously, but our front door that's covered full of stickers, we even put something like the sticker below it says that there's nothing to do in El Paso, but underneath we try to put like all the shows that are coming up. So we try to help promote other shows that are not just within us, but you know, that are going on throughout the city too.
And you also promote local artists, like you were saying inside. You have I know that's Cyrus Torres.
Yes.
He's actually my tattoo artist.
Oh, cool. Cyrus is the best. I've known Cyrus. I worked with Cyrus years back, and he's awesome. He's just like the sweetest guy ever. But yeah, I really do. I'm the type that I like to help promote other people too, because I know how hard it is as an artist to try to get your name out there. And I came from beginnings of where I was booking my own art shows, just trying to get my stuff out. So having this space here, it's really cool that I can help to promote other artists. Not just inside but outside too with the vendors, because all the vendors are artists themselves.
Right.
But with the inside part, with all of our exhibits, we do the gallery in conjunction with the themed shows. So anytime I have a themed show, I like to have themed art that goes along with it, so that people not just can see stuff outside, but they can come in, check out the art, and possibly purchase something from a local artist too.
I know, who was it? I came, some dude was doing like just like one-line Star Wars tattoos.
Oh yeah, well that's Christian.
Oh, there you
so
go,
that's another thing that we started doing recently. Ever since Christian has been here, now that we have these monthly shows, I try to do stuff where you can get small little like banger tattoos where you're in and out, but it's themed to whatever we have going on. So that's really cool. And then we do tattoo specials during that time too, so you can get like a cool little tattoo for like 25, 35, 40 bucks, you know?
Right. Yeah, something simple.
Yeah, something simple, something small, but it adds to the fun of what we're doing here.
That's really fun. Like I said, I've been a part of I've attended these functions. And that's like a big accomplishment. I'm pretty sure, like how you were saying, like those humble beginnings. But what about, other than the accomplishments, other than that accomplishment, what other accomplishments have you had, and what are the type of like struggles you have as a business owner?
I mean, accomplishments are just the fact that I'm still standing.
After like 7 beers, yeah.
Well, the struggles are great and many also. Just trying to get this place open fucking sucked because all the businesses that had been here prior had never gotten a certificate of occupancy before, and I needed that in order to have the tattoo shop. So I had to go through all this shit, like all this shit with the city. But we did it, we got our shit done, and we were able to move forward and past that. But to be honest, like even on our grand opening, I couldn't sell anything because of the city. So I had to have just like a housewarming party. It is a house, right? It is a house, so we had a housewarming party. We should have just had a garage sale.
I know, right? I know, right? Like garage sale. I'm pretty sure it's a struggle to open this place like every day because, you know, sleep.
Well, it can be. Well, for me too, because you have to understand, like, I do everything here pretty much, you know, like I handle the business stuff. I do, and not only that, we have consignment here with artists. So I have to handle paperwork on consignment. I do all the orders myself.
Those big orders.
For the most time, I price stuff and put stuff out myself. On top of that, I still have to maintain my tattoo appointments, draw stuff up for people, contact people, plus the other dude that works for me. And I'm a mom, and I have a husband and a family and all that stuff too. So it's a juggle. It is a juggle.
I don't even have to get paid.
I'll pay you in beers.
Sweet, done. You heard it here. What are the? I know I was talking about earlier. Like it's hard to get up sometimes. So what are the hours of operation? Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday? How does that go about?
So the sticker on our window says, I believe, Tuesday. We're closed on Sundays and Mondays, but we're open Tuesdays through Saturdays. So now Tuesdays we're open up from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. And then Wednesday through Saturday is 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. If you happen to get here at 1 p.m. and we're not here, just wait like 10, 15 minutes and then we'll be here.
A couple of hours, like who's counting? That's fine. How do we get here? What's the address? And like, I mean, is there like a way to get off the freeway? Or like, do we have to go through a portal and then get here? Or like, how the fuck is that?
I hope that one day we can do that because that would be super rad. Because then all I have to do is do that from home and get here in like 2 seconds. But unfortunately, not yet. So our address is 2226 Montana. We're in the 5 Points area, and we're right in between Cotton and Piedras. So depending on where you're coming from, you might exit Cotton, or if you're coming from the east side, you might exit Piedras, but we're just right in between this area, right across from the patio furniture place. Sometimes we're kind of hard to see because we do look like a house, and we have palm trees in the front and everything, but there's a big ass sign out there. Just look for the big ass sign.
Yeah, just look for the big ass sign.
Yeah, dreadful things.
So stop fucking around.
Curiosities, artwork, all that good stuff.
All right, how do we get in contact with you? Like, do we have to like break out the fucking Ouija board and like, you know?
When I die, yes.
Okay, we'll do that then.
Okay.
But when we're still live here, you're still alive. I hope, because I hope you're not talking about ghosts for the past half a fucking hour.
No, not yet. I have many years ahead of me.
Yes, that's good. So how do we get in contact with you? Like, there's not just do yourself, but I mean like all things dreadful things. Like, how do we?
Okay. Thanks to social media, you can get in contact with me through Facebook, either through my own personal page under Francella Salgado, or
It hit my head a little bit.
it's okay. Or you can also look up Dreadful Things under Facebook as well. You can find me on Instagram as well under Art by Francella. There's a few things on Dreadful Things on there, but it's mostly my own personal page where you can see my tattoos and kind of get a tiny little peek into my personal life.
I was holding it this whole time. There it is. Contact any either one of those. I want to get deep in this. Can you tell me more about Joseph? You know what I'm talking about. Joseph is
a commoner amongst Dreadful Things. Some people have had experience with him and some people have not. And most people don't see him because he's invisible.
Oh, is that what that is? Yeah.
So yeah, we have Dreadful Things is in a 100-year-old home. So there's a lot of history here. The area that we are in is 5 Points. There's a ton of history here. A lot of the places here are haunted. Dreadful Things is definitely one of those places.
No exception.
Yeah, it's no exception. So we do have a lot of different entities here, but Joseph seems to be the most prominent one. I have told some stories about him in the past, but I can tell you one that I haven't told on camera yet, which is a really good one.
Exclusive. Dreadful Things Metal
Yes.
Shop Blogs on the road exclusive. Go ahead.
Yes. So we were in the middle of one of our busiest exhibits here that we had, right? And we had a shitload of people outside and inside. And whenever we have these exhibits, I'm usually running around like a chicken with its head cut off because I'm trying to make sure everything's going on cool in the back, in the front, inside, all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure you have one of those around here lying anywhere with chicken without a head.
I probably do.
Yeah, somewhere
You know what?
around here.
Maybe not. I'm gonna work on that
All
one.
right, we'll get to it.
So in the middle of me running around all chaotic, I got pulled to the side, and there was some dude that was just completely freaking out and telling a group of people a story. So this other guy that pulled me to the side pulled me out and was like, "You need to hear what's going on, right?" So I'm like, "What?" And he pulls this dude over and he's like, "Tell her what happened to you." Okay, so apparently what had happened was this guy went into our bathroom over here. And he even told me, he was like, pardon my language, and I'm sorry to say this, but I was taking a shit. And so he was sitting there, and he said that what he had heard was like when you get a broom and you kind of like hit the bottom, so it was underneath him. So he heard boom, boom, boom. And like right after he had heard that, all the lights went out into the bathroom. And
That's what helped him, like, just release the last. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, that in itself is kind of like, what,
Yeah.
And then for all the lights to go off, it's kind of like, oh, shit. So he went to reach for his phone to turn on the light so he could have some light in there. And apparently, like, when he turned on his light, there was a silhouette of a small child right in front of him, which literally scared the shit out of him.
She's got jokes, everybody.
For days. So, what he had said was just that it scared the shit out of him. He pulled his pants up and ran out. And I'm kind of like, I'm used to Joseph. I understand. I know. And my first question was like, dude, you didn't wipe your ass before you fucking left? That's nasty.
You're just like, yes, that's that part of the story.
And I'm like, well, to me it's just like, yeah, I'm sorry. That's Joseph. He does things sometimes. And but he was a white guy, but he was like white when he was telling me.
White.
Yeah, he was ghostly white. And I'm sure that's going to be something that's going to carry on with him for the rest of his life.
I'm sure, yeah. And so, like, if you come at dreadful things, like, be nice to the ghost. Like, maybe he'll scare you when you're in the restroom.
He locks the
That's
doors
fine.
all the time.
Oh, yeah?
One common thing is he turns lights off. So we've lost power in the shop a few times before because of him. And he moves things, like I'll come in and certain things on the wall will be to the side. He's just like a mischievous little kid.
He's just stalking. He's like restocking. He's like facing
bored.
the items.
He doesn't have any. You know what though? Okay, so we have a basement. Okay, and of course basements are where awesome things happen. So I know he resides mostly in the basement. So the way I see it, like we have a lot of things here, like spirits. And I just like to live in harmony with them. So far, nothing has been malicious or bad or anything. So as long as I can live with them, I'm totally cool. Like we're good. So we're like in a harmonious little place that we can live together. And I leave toys for him downstairs too.
I was just about to say, like, with the items, like, I'm pretty sure there's specific items that carry some sort of energy or.
Oh, for sure. I mean, like, if you look at this stuff, I mean, there's a lot of items in here that spirits can be attached to and come along with. But one thing that I do with a lot of the stuff that comes in here is I smudge a lot of the items in here, and I smudge the place regularly because we do a lot of like psychic readings here. So there's a lot of different types of energies that come in and out of here. So in order for me to maintain like a balanced, cool space, I do smudge the place. And I'm a very spiritual person myself, so I'll smudge the place just to clear out that energy myself. But with the spirits themselves, I feel like I take care of them and they take care of me and this space because we're both living in the same space.
Yeah, so be harmonious.
As long as they're not assholes, like fuck them if they're an asshole. And if you have asshole spirits, I have someone that can take care of that for you.
All right, we've already reached the point of the rapid fire questions.
Excellent.
We dive. Are they drive-bys around here? No, there isn't. We'll figure it out. All right, so who would win in a fight between Frankenstein's monster, Dracula, and the Wolfman?
I say the Wolfman.
Why?
Frankenstein's monster is way too fucking slow. And he's got strength, but
Yeah.
Dracula has just the bite, you know? And I think with, you said Wolfman, right? Yeah, Wolfman has the speed, I just think Wolfman would
True.
take them all down.
Who was the most overrated 90s alternative band?
Oh, shit.
It's fine. It's okay. They're not going to watch this, I'm sure.
Pearl Jam.
I agree.
But I do like them sometimes.
Sometimes.
Occasionally I do, but I'd say, I'm sorry, Eddie Vedder.
Yeah.
We can still be homies, right?
Mine would be Nirvana. I don't know, whatever.
I like Nirvana.
I like them too, but they're like really overrated. What is your favorite cuss word and why?
Fuck.
Of course.
Because, you know why? Because you can use it in so many different ways and in so many, it slips into every,
It's just
you
in
can
there.
you can throw it in one sentence at least 3 to 7 times.
True. All right. Fuck. Right. What is your favorite? What is your prized possession here in this shop? Most prized possession.
If I had to go corny, I'd say my daughter, but let's not do that. My most prized possession, like in the retail area of the shop, you know, I would probably say like my human parts. I have a hard time getting rid of it because they're hard to come by.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's not easy.
Like the human skull we have here.
It is. Who is your favorite Muppet?
Oh man. I don't even remember their names, but it's the 2 dudes that would sit up on the.
Oh, I can't remember.
Because they were assholes.
Yeah, because they just
They were just assholes. What are their names?
I don't remember.
Let's get their names and put them up here.
Yeah, right here.
Right here. But I dig them because they're just assholes. Like they're funny and they're assholes.
And just like whatever.
That would be me. I would be up there like talking shit about everybody down there.
Like you down there.
Yes.
Last question. Well, that's not really a question. Let's see if you can finish this. Klatu barata.
What?
Klatu barata.
I don't know what that is.
Nectu from the Army of Darkness. Evil Dead.
Damn.
Fail.
I know.
Fail. But you know what? We have.
Can we edit that out?
No, let's not do that. That's cool. But we've already ended that. So let's go ahead and go. I know there's people you want to thank. I know you said you're like from very humble beginnings to where you're at right now, and you're very successful. Who do you want to thank? What people like stick out that you want to thank that got you here?
Definitely my husband. I mean, my husband has been there from the beginnings to where I am now, and he's been a tremendous support to me. I mean, he's helped me even build this place to what it is. My family now, I mean, maybe in the past when I was wanting to be a tattoo artist wasn't so supportive, but now they're like super supportive. And then just like, honestly, I would not be where I am today at all if it weren't for my customers and my clients. So just the fact that I have super loyal customers and super duper loyal clients who come back many times over to come get tattoo work from me all the time is just, it's amazing, and I'm very humbled by it. I'm very grateful about it because I wouldn't be where I'm at all, you know, if it weren't for these people. Even people I don't really know well, like just the fact that they come and help to support my business.
Oh, you weirdos! Come
Yeah, I mean, weirdos and non-weirdos, it's all good. We love everybody.
I don't say weirdo as like in a derogatory sense. Like I'm
I'm a weirdo.
Yeah,
Yeah, but even the people that wouldn't even think of themselves as weirdos walking through these doors, you know. I get people of all walks of life in here, so it's really cool. But definitely, like, it's my customers, my clients, my family, my friends that come and support me, people who come to our shows, you who are doing interviews with me. I mean, it's everybody. It really is. I'm very blessed.
that about wraps it up for another edition of the Metal Shop Vlogs on the road. I'd like to thank my guest, Francella Salgado. How awesome is this chick? And yeah, we see you guys next time for another edition of the Metal Shop Vlogs. Thank you.